Books have so much to teach us, but in order to benefit from that, we must be able to retain what we read and apply it to our life. And in order to do that, we must know the art of reading. Yes, there is an art to reading, and in this presentation, I will teach you all the art of reading. One of the most important parts of mastering the art of reading is to own your books. When you own your books, you master the art of reading. Now, we have a very wrong conception about owning books. We think that when we buy books, we own them. But this is entirely wrong. We do not own our books when we buy them, we also have to read them, and even upon reading them, we only own them partially. We only own our books fully when we write in them, when we annotate our books. Annotating is also known as the art of marginalia, meaning the art of writing in the margins of one's books. This helps us remember the important information that can be found in books. Annotating begins with underlining and highlighting, and many people are okay with that, but we have to do more than that. Marginalia is writing in the margins, and that might seem like a transgression against literature and the author, but it is not. In the margins, we are writing our thoughts, observations, whatever little extra information we gather about something. In a nutshell, we are giving more time, heart, and dedication to a piece of literature. Why would any author be mad about that? When you annotate, when you engage in the art of marginalia, you remember the things in the books better, your thinking improves, you're able to form connections between different pieces of literature, and you have a book that is truly your own, that contains a piece of your soul. Very soon, this immensely beneficial practice will turn you into quite a scholar. Actually, a lot of intellectual people used to heavily annotate their books. Examples of such individuals include Sigmund Freud, Sylvia Plath, etc. Regardless of everything, most people will feel some hesitation when they are new to annotating and marginalia. This is very normal, but the solution to that is to simply use a pencil. You don't have to annotate or make marginalia with a pen. But if you're still feeling hesitant, that is also very understandable and normal. You don't have to worry. Here is a simple trick. If you don't want to write in your books, you don't actually have to write in them. You can use some sticky notes instead, and you can write in them. You can also treat yourself to some pretty annotation tabs. Actually, there is a lot of beautiful stationery that you can buy with the excuse of annotating and doing marginalia in your books. After all, reading is an art. And marginalia, of course, is also an art. But just because this is an art does not mean that every scribble needs to be a lofty realization worthy of its own novel or essay or lecture or whatever. This is supposed to be a half formed art, barely conceived, filled with snaps of inspiration, confusion, anger, dreams, hopes. This is how it is supposed to be. Most importantly, this is an art of conversation. This is a conversation that is taking place across time and space. Through this method, you are conversing with authors who are long dead, but through your engagement, they are brought back to life. The next important principle is rereading. Reading the great books only once is not enough. You must reread them. It is upon rereading that we find new insights and gain new perspectives and observe new patterns. But then, not all books are worth rereading. Your time is precious and you don't want to waste it. But then, how do you know which books are worth rereading? Well, you will eventually understand. Until then, it is best to follow your heart. The next important thing is to write reviews of the books that you read. You don't have to show these reviews to anybody, you don't have to publish them, but you have to write them because when you write these reviews, your thinking improves, and what you think about the book and what you remember about it is strongly cemented. Last but not the least, consider reading as a communal activity. Discuss the books that you're reading with other people. Talk about the books that you're reading. Read together. Do buddy reads. Join book clubs. These were some of my principles through which you can master the art of reading and make the most of reading. I hope this was helpful. Thank you for watching my presentation.